Indonesia is a country of remarkable economic potential and natural wealth, strategically located within Southeast Asia as a bridge between two continents and two oceans. Known for its vast resources, Indonesia boasts rich deposits of natural resources, including coal, natural gas, gold, tin, and palm oil. This abundance has allowed it to emerge as one of the world's largest producers of commodities such as coal and palm oil, while its extensive marine and agricultural resources support its fishing and agriculture industries. Indonesia's geographic location also makes it a pivotal trade hub, enhancing its position as a leading member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. The country's economic strength is further bolstered by its demographic bonus, with a young and growing workforce poised to drive development and innovation. This unique combination of resources, location, and workforce potential continues to fuel Indonesia's growth, with the nation's GDP standing at approximately $1.3 trillion, positioning it as the largest economy in Southeast Asia. Indonesia's unique cultural and social landscape plays a significant role in shaping its economy. With over 17,000 islands and more than 700 languages, it is one of the world's most culturally diverse nations, encompassing various ethnicities, traditions, and customs. This diversity has nurtured a vibrant tourism industry, with Bali, Jakarta, and Yogyakarta serving as popular destinations for international visitors. Additionally, Indonesia's cultural heritage is increasingly recognized as a source of economic potential, as seen in the growing global interest in its traditional arts, crafts, and culinary offerings. As Indonesia strengthens its creative economy sector, the nation is attracting not only tourists but also global investors who recognize the value of its cultural assets. This dynamic cultural environment enhances Indonesia's appeal on the international stage and supports the government's vision of becoming a leading global player in the creative economy. Indonesians are known for their warmth, hospitality, and strong sense of community, characteristics that contribute to the country's social and economic resilience. The Indonesian workforce is characterized by a strong work ethic and adaptability, particularly evident in the country's rapid growth of small and medium enterprises, SMEs, which make up around 60% of Indonesia's GDP and employ the majority of its population. Indonesia's GDP per capita, as of 2023, is approximately $4,700, highlighting significant room for growth and development as the country continues to enhance its infrastructure, education, and healthcare systems to improve quality of life. This commitment to development aligns with Indonesia's ambition to become a high-income country by 2045, marking its centennial anniversary. Despite challenges, Indonesia's people remain resilient and ambitious, actively shaping their nation's future through education, innovation, and collaboration on both local and international levels. Indonesia's history is marked by a unique blend of diverse cultures, colonial influences, and a journey toward independence that has significantly shaped its identity. The nation's archipelago has been a crucial crossroads for trade routes for centuries, with merchants from China, India, and the Arab world bringing in various goods, religions, and cultural practices that enriched its social fabric. The spread of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam, along with the presence of indigenous beliefs, laid the foundations for Indonesia's multicultural society. Dutch colonization, beginning in the early 17th century under the Dutch East India Company and later under Dutch rule, introduced European influences while exploiting the archipelago's resources. The struggle for independence culminated in 1945, when Indonesia declared its sovereignty, marking the beginning of a new era as the largest independent nation in Southeast Asia. The young republic faced early challenges, including political instability and economic restructuring, but Indonesia's strong national identity and resilience enabled it to emerge as a unified nation. Economically, Indonesia's journey has been defined by periods of rapid growth and setbacks, reflecting the nation's transition from a resource-based economy to a more diversified one. Post-independence, Indonesia initially focused on agrarian reform and nationalization of foreign assets, which aimed to reduce economic dependence on the colonial powers. However, the 1960s saw a period of hyperinflation and economic instability due to political turmoil, which led to an economic reform era under President Suharto's New Order regime. The government initiated policies to attract foreign investment, promote industrialization, and stabilize inflation, which resulted in sustained growth from the 1970s through the early 1990s. Key sectors, such as oil and gas, mining, and agriculture, were bolstered by export-driven policies, while infrastructure development fueled urbanization and industrial growth. However, the Asian financial crisis of 1997 to 98 severely impacted Indonesia's economy, leading to massive currency depreciation, high inflation, and a rise in poverty levels. The crisis catalyzed reforms and democratization efforts, prompting Indonesia to adopt more liberal economic policies and solidify its status as a market-oriented economy. Since the early 2000s, Indonesia's economic landscape has undergone a significant transformation as the nation shifted focus toward a diversified economy with a strong emphasis on manufacturing, services, and digital sectors. Policies promoting economic stability and reducing poverty have helped Indonesia weather global economic fluctuations, positioning it as a prominent emerging market. A key milestone in this progress was Indonesia's ascension to the G20 in 2008, a testament to its growing global economic influence. Today, Indonesia's economic growth rate remains robust, averaging around 5% annually over the past decade, with a gross national income, GNI, of over $1.1 trillion as of 2023. This growth has been largely driven by domestic consumption, a young and vibrant workforce, and increasing foreign investment, particularly in sectors such as e-commerce, fintech, and infrastructure. As Indonesia continues to advance its economic agenda, it remains focused on achieving sustainable growth, improving governance, and ensuring equitable development across its diverse archipelago. Indonesia's economic policies in recent years have focused on creating a stable, growth-oriented environment to address key challenges such as infrastructure gaps, poverty reduction, and employment generation. The government has implemented long-term development plans, known as the RPJMN, Rencana Pembangunan Jangka Menengah Nasional, which provide a roadmap for economic progress, targeting areas such as infrastructure, education, healthcare, and social welfare. The current plan, RPJMN 2020 to 2024, emphasizes the goal of achieving high-income status by 2045 by fostering an inclusive and sustainable economy. The government has increased public spending on infrastructure, allocating over $400 billion to projects such as highways, ports, and airports to enhance connectivity across the archipelago. Additionally, Indonesia has promoted investment-friendly policies to attract foreign capital, particularly in sectors like manufacturing, energy, and digital technology. This strategic investment focus has helped Indonesia maintain an average annual growth rate of 5%, making it one of the most promising emerging markets in the Asia-Pacific region. Fiscal and monetary policies in Indonesia play a crucial role in maintaining economic stability and encouraging growth. The government has pursued a balanced approach to fiscal policy by prioritizing deficit reduction and prudent debt management while ensuring adequate funding for development programs. Indonesia's debt-to-GDP ratio remains relatively low at around 39% as of 2023, which enables it to fund growth initiatives without excessive debt burdens. Bank Indonesia, the central bank, employs a flexible monetary policy to manage inflation, which has stayed within a target range of 3 to 5% in recent years. Interest rates are adjusted carefully to support growth while maintaining currency stability, especially in the face of global uncertainties. The impact of these policies is evident in Indonesia's economic resilience. The country has been able to sustain growth while minimizing the adverse effects of global fluctuations. These combined efforts have fostered an environment conducive to economic expansion, leading to reductions in poverty levels and improved living standards. Government policies continue to focus on building a robust economy that can meet both current demands and future aspirations of the Indonesian people. Foreign direct investment, FDI, in Indonesia has shown a strong upward trend in recent years, driven by government initiatives aimed at making the country more attractive to international investors. As of 2023, FDI inflows reached around $40 billion, a substantial increase fueled by Indonesia's growing appeal in sectors such as digital technology, manufacturing, and renewable energy. The government has identified priority industries, including electric vehicles, EVs, and downstream mining processing, aligning with its goal to become a key global player in green energy production. Indonesia's abundant natural resources, young workforce, and strategic location within Southeast Asia make it an attractive hub for multinational corporations looking to expand into the region. Investment in the digital economy is also growing, with e-commerce, fintech, and cloud computing receiving significant interest from foreign investors. Major companies from countries such as China, Japan, South Korea, and the United States have committed to investing in Indonesia's EV sector, making Indonesia a pivotal player in the global EV supply chain. To facilitate foreign investment, the Indonesian government has introduced regulations and incentives designed to simplify business processes and reduce barriers to entry. The 2020 Omnibus Law on Job Creation, a comprehensive legislative reform, was enacted to improve the investment climate by cutting bureaucratic red tape, enhancing labor market flexibility, and streamlining licensing procedures. This law includes the creation of special economic zones, SEZs, which offer tax incentives, reduced import tariffs, and other benefits to encourage foreign companies to set up operations within these zones. Additionally, the government has liberalized several previously restricted sectors, allowing increased foreign ownership in industries such as healthcare, education, and renewable energy. Despite these positive developments, challenges remain. Investors sometimes face obstacles related to regulatory clarity, bureaucratic inefficiencies, and the complexity of local compliance requirements. Nevertheless, Indonesia's large domestic market and ongoing infrastructure improvements present a wealth of opportunities, making it an increasingly attractive destination for foreign investors seeking long-term growth in a dynamic emerging market. Indonesia's labor market has evolved considerably in recent years, reflecting broader economic shifts toward industrialization and digitalization. Employment trends indicate a growing demand for skilled workers, particularly in sectors like technology, manufacturing, and services, which are expanding rapidly. The unemployment rate has decreased gradually, currently standing at around 5.5% as of 2023. Supported by government initiatives aimed at job creation and workforce training. Moreover, the rise of Indonesia's digital economy has opened up new opportunities in e-commerce, fintech, and information technology, with companies seeking talent for roles in software development, data analysis, and digital marketing. Additionally, the government's push to promote entrepreneurship has led to a significant increase in small and medium enterprises, SMEs, which now contribute to around 60% of Indonesia's GDP and employ a large segment of the population. However, informal employment remains prevalent, making up nearly 57% of the labor market, which presents challenges for job security and social protection among workers. Human resource development has become a national priority as Indonesia prepares to capitalize on its demographic dividend with a young and sizable workforce. Initiatives such as the Kartu Prakerja program, launched in 2020, aim to equip young Indonesians with relevant skills through vocational training, digital literacy programs, and apprenticeships. In addition, collaborations between the government, private sector, and educational institutions are on the rise, focusing on bridging skill gaps, especially in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Fields. Indonesia's education sector is also undergoing reforms to align curricula with industry needs, as the demand for technical skills in fields such as engineering, healthcare, and digital services continues to grow. However, the labor market faces challenges such as regional disparities in education quality and skill mismatches, with some graduates lacking the competencies sought by employers. Ensuring equitable access to quality education and training opportunities across the archipelago remains crucial for Indonesia to fully harness the potential of its human resources and sustain economic growth. Indonesia's ambitious infrastructure agenda is central to its economic growth strategy, with large-scale projects underway to enhance connectivity, support industrialization, and improve public services. Key projects include the Trans-Sumatra Toll Road, which will span over 2,000 kilometers to link major cities across Sumatra, and the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed rail, a collaboration with China that aims to reduce travel time between the two cities to just 40 minutes. These projects, along with numerous port expansions and airport upgrades, are expected to boost trade and tourism, facilitate more efficient logistics, and enhance access to markets, especially for rural and remote areas. The government has allocated substantial funding for infrastructure, with a budget of approximately $30 billion in 2023, and seeks to attract private investment through public-private partnerships, PPPs, to support these initiatives. By improving transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure, Indonesia aims to enhance productivity and integrate its vast archipelago, thus driving long-term economic growth. Infrastructure plays a vital role in Indonesia's economic development by reducing logistical costs, stimulating investment, and promoting equitable development. Improved infrastructure enhances the efficiency of supply chains and reduces travel time and expenses, directly benefiting industries and businesses across the country. In addition, accessible infrastructure is crucial for boosting regional economies, as it connects more remote areas to larger urban centers, enabling a flow of goods, services, and labor. Despite these benefits, infrastructure development faces challenges such as geographical constraints, bureaucratic red tape, and funding limitations. Indonesia's diverse topography, which includes vast seas and mountainous regions, often complicates construction projects and raises costs. Moreover, securing sufficient investment for these large projects remains a challenge, as government budgets alone cannot meet the financing needs, and attracting foreign investors requires clear regulatory frameworks and assurances. Overcoming these hurdles is essential for Indonesia to maximize the impact of its infrastructure initiatives and ensure that development benefits reach all regions, contributing to balanced economic growth. Indonesia's digital economy has experienced remarkable growth, making it one of the largest in Southeast Asia, with projections estimating its value at over $146 billion by 2025. This rapid expansion is fueled by the country's large, young population and high internet penetration rate, reaching over 70% as of 2023. The digital sector, encompassing e-commerce, fintech, ride-hailing, and digital media, is evolving as a critical pillar of Indonesia's economy. Startups and tech giants are investing heavily, transforming sectors like retail, finance, and transportation through digital platforms and mobile applications. The government has supported this growth with initiatives like the 100 Smart Cities program and the Digital Economy Roadmap 2021 to 2024, aiming to expand digital infrastructure, enhance cybersecurity, and promote digital literacy. This environment has enabled Indonesia to produce unicorn companies such as Goto and Traveloka, which have not only thrived domestically but are expanding their influence across the region. E-commerce and digital payment systems are driving much of Indonesia's digital economic activity, with online shopping platforms experiencing a surge in users as digital payment options become more widespread. Major e-commerce platforms like Tokopedia, Shopee, and Bukalapak have capitalized on the increasing consumer preference for online shopping, offering a variety of goods and services to a nationwide audience. Digital payment systems such as GoPay, OVO, and Dana have played a significant role in accelerating e-commerce adoption, providing secure and convenient options for transactions. These platforms have facilitated greater financial inclusion, allowing users to make purchases, pay bills, and even invest through their mobile devices. Technological innovation in Indonesia is not limited to consumer services. The country is also making strides in fields like artificial intelligence, IoT, Internet of Things, and renewable energy technology. Partnerships between local startups, universities, and global tech companies are fostering a collaborative innovation ecosystem, enabling Indonesia to leverage technology as a tool for sustainable development and economic resilience. As the digital sector continues to evolve, Indonesia's commitment to fostering technological advancement is expected to further strengthen its position as a leading digital economy in Asia. Indonesia faces significant environmental challenges as it strives for sustainable growth, with deforestation, pollution, and climate change posing threats to both the economy and ecosystem. The country's rapid industrialization and expansion in agriculture, particularly in palm oil production, have led to high rates of deforestation, which contributes to biodiversity loss and carbon emissions. Indonesia is one of the world's largest greenhouse gas emitters, primarily due to forest degradation and peatland fires, making climate action critical for its sustainable development. The government has introduced initiatives like the Low Carbon Development Initiative and committed to reducing carbon emissions by 29% by 2030, or 41% with international assistance. Efforts include reforestation, promoting sustainable agriculture, and enhancing renewable energy use. Yet, balancing economic growth with environmental preservation remains a complex challenge, as policies must address both the immediate needs of the economy and long-term sustainability goals. Economic disparities and inequality present another barrier to Indonesia's sustainable growth, with income and access gaps between urban and rural areas. While major cities like Jakarta, Surabaya, and Bandung continue to see increased investment, rural regions often lack the same access to infrastructure, education, and healthcare, contributing to uneven economic opportunities across the archipelago. Indonesia's Gini coefficient, a measure of income inequality, remains relatively high at around 0.38 as of recent data, indicating persistent economic imbalances. To mitigate these issues, the government has launched programs such as Dana Desa, a rural fund aimed at improving infrastructure and services in remote areas. Future prospects for Indonesia's sustainable growth involve a strategic focus on enhancing education, supporting innovation in green technology, and developing inclusive policies that bridge economic disparities. By fostering regional development and prioritizing sustainable practices, Indonesia has the potential to become a leading model for equitable and environmentally conscious growth in Southeast Asia.